It is Alexander the Great Ape Hernandez, who's coming off a key victory, man, over a legend, man. You've had a little time to reflect on it, man. I mean, Jim Miller, I mean, future Hall of Famer. Give me your thoughts on this win, man, because I thought this was a big one for you.
Yeah, it was massive. The timing was really important, and just for me mentally, getting that win and getting over that hurdle was really important. I went from walking to the plank to getting a hand on the wheel and getting a new contract after that fight. So it was a big deal for sure.
That's awesome. So, did you get the new deal already, or is that in progress?
Yeah, no, got a new deal. Um, got a new deal, and I'm trying to stay busy. I kind of messed up my hand, my thumb. I got a few displaced fractures in it, so I'm going to the ortho tomorrow just to see what the verdict is on that. But based on that, man, I'm trying to roll in like right away in April and May kind of time frame, and just
I
get
love.
get a busy year, man. This whole year's like name of the year's redemption for me, so I'm trying to really get after it.
I love it, man. Well, congrats on that. Let me ask you about this fight, right? I mean, obviously, the durability of Jim Miller in there. I mean, we've all had an opportunity to see him compete, but actually being in the cage with them, hitting them with these
Unreal.
shots, and the man won't go away. I mean, was it surprising even to you?
Yeah, unreal, man. There was something. There was a moment. Vince Pichot was in my corner, was saying that he was like, "Man, he's gonna be tough. He's gonna surprise you with how tough he is. Don't let that discourage you." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, but I crack harder than you. I'm gonna put him out." And man, there was once every single round where I would land like one or two major strikes. I see his eyes kind of roll back a little bit. I'd see him fall back into the cage. It's like, okay, it's the beginning of the end. And he would turtle up, bust back a combo, and then he was back, like look completely back. And I was like, this guy's built out of something else. He's super tough, super durable. And man, it wasn't just the fight I wanted, it was the fight I needed. It really was. I mean, I needed that fight.
I like it, and you needed it not just for the result, but you think you just needed it for like pushing you and just
My,
like getting you
yeah,
to a certain state.
yeah. I needed to handle the dog that Jim Miller was, and I needed to see myself execute continually over 3 rounds. With the adversity of even that back take, just something nice just to spice up the end of the fight. That was great too. It was just good for me personally. That fight was everything I needed.
That's awesome. All right, the back take did add some flavor. Now I know
Yeah,
the cool
yeah, I
thing is
got
to
some
be
flavor.
like, it wasn't close. I was good. All that, but was there maybe a little panic in there? Maybe a little
Oh,
concern in there?
there was respect. There was respect for it. That's for sure. Man, I kind of went to tripod initially, and I mean, what a quick little son of a bitch he is. I mean, that was so fast. The way I slipped, I turned, and he was already forearm right under the chin, 2 hooks in. And so I kind of went to shake, but I didn't like the way it felt with the way his arm was already creeping under. So I thought I'm gonna have to settle this on the ground. So went fully to the ground, fought to try to get my head to the safe side. He was of course trying to keep me on the choke side, and that was kind of the battle. And then once I was able to clear it, it was tight. But I felt pretty safe. But I was conscious enough to think, which in the past, I kind of got lost in the moment. In this moment, I was like, he's gonna have to put me out. I'm not conceding here. He's gonna have to put me out. And then another moment passed, and I was like, I might be able to get out of this shit. And so then, wiggled my way into a reversal, and then it was on. I was like, I gotta finish stronger. I'm gonna go off on him. And so I just started wailing like he was my big brother.
It was a hell of a way to finish the fight, man. So I want to
Yeah.
ask you, because, man, ahead of the fight, right? You were talking about, hey, maybe this short notice is better for me, man. And I think about you and your career, just what an intense dude you are, man. I mean, how you're always just 110% out there in everything you do. I mean, this short notice thing, I mean, was that a big part of your performance, you think? Is there maybe like a different mental approach that you have to
Uh,
take than you've taken before?
I really needed the short notice for this particular moment. Not necessarily even that short. I just need to get in there and do it, man. Like I spent so much time in the gym, and these last few fights, I haven't been nearly as active as I want to be, just for whatever, whether it's the politics in the UFC or injuries or life or, win or losses. Um, and these last couple of camps have been, 4 months. I'm thinking about it. I'm in the gym before that anyway. So it's like these 6 month intervals in between fights, and you're just working, you're just working, and there's not really any reward of the work other than just the satisfaction of the work itself. which is fine. But then I'll get to these moments, I'll get to the fight itself, and I'll build it up, and my confidence has been so shaken over the last couple of years, and just, I'm kind of battling these doubts and different things over the course of camp. And I get there, and truthfully, I'm not like my last fight before Miller. I'm just not enthusiastic to fight. I'm not, that Quarantillo fight, the last thought I had before walking out was, why am I doing this? Wow. Which is just the worst, just the worst place to be mentally before you make the walk. And I didn't want to give myself time to really get in that swing. But also, man, I was so angry because I put in so much work. That cut took a lot. Everything about it, I just put so much work in, and it come up short, and just by my own demise. I felt like I just did to myself, The physical was a push, but it was the mental. Like I accepted certain things that I shouldn't have accepted, and I came up short, and I was so mad about that, and I wanted to redeem that so badly, just for myself. I didn't give a damn about the public eye or anything like that. I needed to fix it for myself, and this short notice opportunity was just that, and it definitely did help. Like I said, it was a fight I needed because it got me in the right headspace. I proved something to myself over the course of that fight, and it showed me a cadence. Man, I'm so much on the attack side all the time. Like I'm always on like the A side of a track. I'm always going. I need to kind of like fall back on the B side of the track, like kind of balance the fight, find the counters. I got good eyes. I'm pretty well balanced everywhere. So, man, let's not overwork to where I start exploiting myself by the middle of the fight. Let's work and exploit the opponent, and start to really gain a big margin on him throughout the fight, and then find the finish in a super cool, veteran, composed way. And so, man, this fight was the execution of that, and it got my mind right. Physically, I feel super confident. I've been feeling physically confident even since the last loss, but mentally, I wasn't trusting in myself. And so, to get this out of the way, put me back in the right headspace, the right track, and dude, I'm just like so enthusiastic to get the ball fucking rolling, man. I've been like kicking a fucking 80-pound stone with my ankle, for the last, few years. And it's like, I'm whether I've done it or not yet, I'm in the headspace to just go do it, to go like roll this thing down the hill and get moving. And I feel better. I feel more excited about fighting than I felt, man, in 4 years. So I'm in a good space.
That's awesome, man. That's so good to hear, because you're definitely a dangerous guy. So to have the headspace in there right is so key. I will say the one thing that surprised me is that you were like, hey, oh no, I'm definitely doing 45 again. So I'm just curious, like, why the commitment there? Because it, like you just said, that was a rough cut. Like, I just can't imagine how you get the 45. So like, why is it that you're like, no, that's the spot for me?
It's not that I don't want it to sound like it's coming from a place of doubt in myself to 55, but I just think it's a good move. And maybe I don't know, the circumstances that were around that last one and the pressure I kind of put on myself definitely played a toll. I felt like physically I was just draining out like the Tin Man during that fight against Quarantillo. I just, but again, that was kind of the mental space I was in. And I think I could do it better. And I God, man, I owe it to myself to do it better, because I really did feel good at that weight. I felt good during camp. I felt super fast. And I'm an in-betweener. People get kind of this like false sense of my size, but I'm not a big ass 55. The reason Miller was such a good opponent too is because he's not a big ass 55. And I made that weight on like a 9 or 10-day notice. And so I was already within shooting range. I obviously could do that with 45. None of the guys in the top 5 could do that at their weight, make it on a short, less than 2 week notice, because they're fucking huge. And I felt that. I've always been the smaller man in the cage at 55, always. And I'm always fighting an uphill battle is what it feels like. And again, I mean, you see a badass like Volk, go in there and do his thing. And you kind of realize, it is what you make it to some extent. But that size did make an advantage. It did make a big difference. And I want those advantages. I do. I want to stop fighting the uphill battle. And truthfully, I think I'm more in line with a lot of those 45ers in the top 15 than I am size-wise at 155. I don't walk around. I don't ever see 180. I don't ever do that. So I've got a lot of muscularity, which makes me look bigger. But when you see me in person, it's like you're just pretty lean, And then at 55, I've got a lot of water weight on me now. I'm not even like as drained out. I look honestly too comfortable, and I feel too comfortable making the weight. It's just too easy now. And so 45 is a challenge, but it's one that I think I can get into a groove with. And I think with the right mental state, it won't be nearly as taxing as it was that first time.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, well, talk to me about what's next. Like you said, the big win for you. It's got you in the right space. What now? I mean, is it time off? Is it, back in the gym right away? What's going on?
No, we're shooting. I'm shooting all season. I was trying to get on the San Antonio card, but with the hand injury, so I was already getting my weight down. I was trying to fill in for featherweight. There's maybe 3 or 4 bouts on that. Someone's bound to fall out. I was like, I'll slide in, take San Antonio. But I got to get this hand like that. This hand might, I don't know, be a little 6-week ordeal that I can work around. But like I said, man, like May seems pretty reasonable. June, try to get that early summer block, and then I got a trip play on my girl over summer, so I really got to get it done before then, and then hit the fall, hit the winter time. But I want a busy year, and I think I can get it. I really do. I'm getting out of my way right now. I got a good connection with Sean, Shelby, and my manager, and so I feel like we can get the momentum that I'm looking for to be busy the whole year, man. I'm not really trying to rest at all. I'm so pissed. Last year was like the worst year I've ever had in my life, bro. Not just professionally, personally, everything. It was just a rough fucking year. And so, man, I want to make things right this year. I don't like overthink the calendar year or 365 days or anything like that, but everyone else does. So if I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it. I'm going to make this calendar year work. I'm going to get busy. So that's my plan.
I love it. Is this a more mature Alexander Hernandez? I just always thought of you as this angry dude that just wanted to fuck up the world, man. And now it's like,
dude,
I feel like you're growing up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you hope so. I just hit 3-0 at the end of last year. I was to say last month, been a couple months now, but yeah, a little maturity comes with it. Fighting the best for long enough comes with it, so I am, man. I definitely got a cool head, and that's what I'm saying too. I remember hearing Cheeto say in the past after one of his victories about his mind and body kind of meeting. Now this is what you're seeing is the culmination of his mental finally arriving with his physical. And I haven't strung it together yet. I feel like I'm about to. The way I feel right now, mentally and physically, I feel like I'm about to. We'll see. But I feel like that's where I'm at, where my mental's finally through enough loathing and failure and remorse that I'm like, okay, we got to get some redemption. We're going to do it by any means. And so, man, if I got to fail my way to the top, I fucking will. I will, but I'm going to get to the top. I am going to get to the top. And I'm finally at a point to where this fight helped me just kind of find my mojo, helped me find the groove. And it's really, really what I want. I don't want to take any time off. I don't even, for the first time in a long time, I don't even want to train I just want to fight. I want to fight. I've always been kind of more like a GSP who I love being a mixed martial arts. I love training, and fighting would make me a little, I had to get in the right mind space for it. I had to get in the right headspace for fighting, but I love training. Right now where I'm at, I give a fuck about training. I just want to fight. I just want to fight people. I want to fight every month if I could. And that's a cool place to be because I haven't been there in a while.
I love it, man. That is so great to hear. The skills are there. The physical side is there. It's great to hear. It sounds like the mental side's coming together. This was a big win. And if everything's lining up, man, this could be a huge year for Alexander Hernandez.
Super exciting. Super exciting year, man.
Awesome, brother. Well, congrats on a win over a legend. And hopefully the hand heals up quick. And we'll see you again real soon.
I appreciate it, brother. Good talking to you, man.